In the world of boxing, there are legends, and then there's Mike Tyson, Iron Mike, the baddest man on the planet. A fighter whose name alone could make grown men shake with fear. But what happens when someone dares to mock him? When someone looks the most feared heavyweight champion in history dead in the eye and says, "You hit like a girl." Today, we're diving into one of the most insane moments in boxing history. A story of ego, trash talk gone horribly wrong, and a lesson in respect that was delivered with devastating force. This is the story of the man who disrespected Mike Tyson and lived to regret it. To understand why this insult was basically asking for trouble, you need to understand who Mike Tyson really is. Born in Brooklyn, New York in 1966, Mike grew up in one of the toughest neighborhoods you can imagine. By age 13, he'd been arrested nearly 40 times. But everything changed when he met a legendary trainer named Cus D'Amato. D'Amato saw something special in this troubled kid. He trained Tyson and turned him into a fighting machine. By age 20, Mike Tyson became the youngest heavyweight champion in history. Let me repeat that, 20 years old. His record? Terrifying. 50 wins, 44 by knockout. His average fight? Under 3 rounds. Opponents didn't just lose to Tyson, they were destroyed. His fighting style, explosive power, and killer instinct made him unstoppable. Fighters were scared before they even entered the ring. The mental game was real. As Tyson himself once said, "Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth." And trust me, getting punched by Mike Tyson isn't like getting punched by anyone else. But despite all this fear and respect, there was one man who thought he was untouchable. Now, this story involves different accounts from Tyson's career, but the most infamous trash talker was a fighter named Mitch "Blood" Green. But we're also talking about the attitude many fighters had before facing Iron Mike. In the mid-1980s, confidence in boxing was at an all-time high. Fighters believed their own hype. They thought trash talk was part of the game, that you could say anything to get under your opponent's skin and gain a mental advantage. During different encounters, whether at press conferences, weigh-ins, or even street confrontations, some fighters made the fatal mistake of underestimating Tyson. They'd mock his power, question if he was really that good, and some even had the audacity to say things like, "You hit like a girl," or "I've been hit harder by my grandmother." The specific incidents vary, but let's focus on the most documented one. Mitch "Blood" Green had a street fight with Tyson in 1988 at 4 in the morning in Harlem. Now, this wasn't in a boxing ring. This was on the streets. Green, who stood 6 foot 5 inches tall and weighed 225 pounds, confronted Tyson about money disputes. Words were exchanged, egos clashed, and according to witnesses, Green made several disrespectful comments about Tyson's fighting ability. Big mistake. Huge mistake. Tyson, never one to back down, especially outside the controlled environment of a boxing ring, decided to teach Green a lesson right then and there. What happened next became legendary in boxing history. With one devastating punch, just one, Tyson connected with Green's face. The impact was so powerful that it broke Tyson's hand. Yes, you heard that right. Tyson's hand broke from the sheer force of the punch hitting Green's face. But Green? He got it way worse. His face was fractured, his eye socket damaged, and he needed immediate medical attention. One punch. That's all it took. This wasn't even in a professional setting. No gloves, no referee, no rounds. Just raw, unfiltered Mike Tyson power delivered to someone who thought words couldn't hurt him. The aftermath was brutal. Mitch Green was hospitalized with serious facial injuries. His boxing career? It never recovered. He fought a few more times, but was never the same. The mental and physical damage was permanent. Tyson had to deal with legal issues and ended up paying a fine for the fight. But here's the thing. In the court of public opinion and the streets of boxing, Tyson's reputation only grew. This incident reinforced what everyone already knew. You don't disrespect Mike Tyson. You don't mock his power. And you definitely don't tell him he hits like a girl unless you're prepared for the consequences. After this incident, trash talk against Tyson became more, shall we say, cautious. Fighters learned that mental warfare has limits, especially when your opponent is capable of ending your career with a single punch. But what does this teach us about combat sports, respect, and the dangers of letting your ego write checks your body can't cash? This story isn't just about one punch or one fight. It's about respect. In combat sports, trash talk has always been part of the game. Muhammad Ali perfected it. Conor McGregor built a career on it. But there's a line. The greatest fighters know that while you can play mind games, you must also respect your opponent's actual abilities. Denying reality doesn't change it. It just makes you look foolish when reality hits you. Literally. Mike Tyson dedicated his life to becoming the most devastating puncher in boxing history. Thousands of hours in the gym, countless sacrifices, mental and physical training that most people can't even imagine. When you disrespect that work, you're not just insulting the man, you're disrespecting the craft, the sport, and the dedication it takes to reach that level. Today, Mike Tyson is a different person. Older, wiser, more thoughtful. He's spoken openly about his past, his struggles, and his journey. But one thing remains constant: the respect he commands in the boxing world and beyond. Watch any young fighter meet Tyson today. The respect is immediate.
Know the legacy. They know the power. They know that this man changed what it meant to be a heavyweight champion. So what happened to the man who told Mike Tyson he hit like a girl? He learned one of the hardest lessons anyone can learn. Don't let your mouth write checks your body can't cash. This story reminds us that confidence is great, but delusion is dangerous. Trash talk can be entertaining, but disrespect has consequences. And in the world of boxing, those consequences can be devastating. Mike Tyson didn't just prove he was the baddest man on the planet, he proved that legends aren't built on words. They're built on action, dedication, and undeniable skill.